All right. Good morning, everyone. It's Dima Khoury with Compass in Burlingame. Today is July 18th, and I am going to bring you, as always, the most recent market updates in San Mateo County. So let me show you first, and I'm sure that you already heard that the mortgage interest rates are going down. So this is a good piece of information for homeowners, and this says that it's really a great time to refinance if you had a way higher interest rate. And if you're a home buyer, then this is a great time to buy because you can lock in a very low interest rate. This is a historic low. So let me share with you my screen and show you some stats. Okay, so interest rates are below now. I hear that some people are getting below than 3%. So again, it's an amazing time to refi or just buy a property if you're planning to buy. And looking at the historic data for interest rates, the trend is going down. And for a 15-year fixed rate, it's almost like 2.5, which is pretty low. And again, it's closer to 3 for the 30-year fix. So this is great. Now, looking at other stats and what are the projections for the future home prices. Now we have the majority of the people who are predicting, they're saying that there will be a price increase in home values, 4%, 3.8%, and some of them are predicting for the remaining part of this year, and others are for the next 12 months. And we have here an outlier, which is CoreLogic. They're expecting in the next 12 months, the prices will drop 6.6, while the others are thinking that they're seeing that the market will still appreciate, the home prices will still appreciate. Now, looking at another very interesting piece of information is what is the equity percentage of these homeowners? So we see that more of all active forbearances, which are past due on their mortgage payments, 77% of them they have more than 20% equity in their properties. So we have almost 60%, they have 30% or more equity in their homes, which means that the property values needs to drop 20 or to 25% suddenly in order for these people to be underwater. So it's not no pro and we're gonna look now and see how the property values are still holding up, looking at the most recent data and what's really happening right now in the market, because we need to keep a closer look every single day because everything changes every single day. Now, again, this piece of information, this slide, we talked about it last week, and I also wanted to bring it up because this is very relevant to it definitely impacts the home prices. So we have more jobs that are gained during the past period until mid-May. So we have the leisure and hospitality, we have 2.1 million jobs, which is amazing. The retail is 740, and these are general information for all the US. Now, going back to what's happening in San Mateo in specific, so we have in San Mateo County, we have last week, we have 155 properties that came on the market, out of which 118 properties are single family homes. The number of homes that sold or went in contract are 117, out of which 91 properties are single family homes. And the properties that closed escrows are 104, out of which we have 81 properties are single family homes. Now, another piece of information I want to bring in, which answers some concerns of like, if I go on the market, would I really sell it or would it expire? Or so we have so far only like last week we have 18 properties that came off market between expired and canceled or withdrawn, and 12 of them were single family homes. So in comparison to just last week, how many properties came on the market? 155 versus 18 it came off the market. This is almost 10% or 11%. And looking at another very important piece of information that to evaluate how the market is doing, and how do we want to go on the market if I have a property, and if I'm writing an offer on a property. This is also something that I would definitely look at, which is again the absorption rate. And the absorption rate is how many days do we need to sell all the properties that are currently on the market. And this will this will give us an indication of what's the demand from the buyers, how many buyers are out there, or is there like more demand from the buyers than what the inventory. So if there's more demand than we have inventory, then I would be very careful writing an offer, and probably you will experience multiple offer situation, which is something that we're seeing and experiencing now on the peninsula and in San Mateo County. So we have 567 properties that are currently active on the market, and we have 437 in contract. So if we divide these two numbers, we end up with 1.3 months. So we need a month and almost 10 days or 12 days to sell all the inventory that is currently on the market. This is a very low number, and it definitely reflects there's high demand, a lot of buyers, and very low inventory. Now, let me go back and show you more charts. Okay. Now, looking at the number of properties that the new listings per month year to date. So far in July, we have 400 listings that came on the market new, which is pretty fine, good. And then comparing it to last year, we can see that last July, all July, we had 400 and I would say 20 properties that came on the market, while now we're only mid-July, we have 400 properties. And you can see the trend that this is a spring market, which starts normally mid-February, and then it ends in May and June. So normally the trend in the spring market goes up, more properties come on the market, and during summertime it drops. Now we see exactly the opposite this year, whereby the spring market was mirroring the summer market last year, and our summer market now, it's mirroring last year's spring market, which is pretty interesting. And this is something that we expected, because the need to sell, it's still there. If someone has a property that they need to sell it, they still need to sell it. So it is a good time to go on the market. There is low inventory, not many properties to compete with, so with all the buyers that are out there. Now, looking at the average days on the market, so in July it's taking properties. This is an actual number, so it takes properties around 17 days to sell. It's a little bit higher than June and May, yet it's way lower than the beginning of the year. And again, comparing it like year over year, it's way lower than last year. Even during springtime, properties are selling super fast, way faster than in a normal spring hot market. Again, this is like, it's a good time to sell, it's a good time to buy. Now, another piece of information that I want to add this week is what's the price per square foot year to date, which reflects are property prices dropping or not? So we can see the resistance here, and it's like the property prices are very stable. It's not going down. And again, comparing it year over year, again, we see the trend that the summer market is definitely mirroring the spring market for last year. So we definitely have a strong property prices for this summer. So this is okay, so this is the market update for San Mateo. Stay tuned. In 10 minutes, I'm gonna come back to give you more information about what's happening in San Francisco. We have kind of different trends, and I'm gonna compare condos versus single family homes and see, and I'll go into like districts. So I'll leave you now. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay tuned if you're interested in San Francisco market, and feel free to reach out if you have any question about a certain neighborhood or a city, or if you want more information about your property. How much would it sell for? Is it a good time to sell now or not? We can go through all the details. So again, have a wonderful weekend, and please stay safe. All right.